We've got a thing about wine.
And we want you to have a thing about wine too.
And this week we want you to get savvy about Sauvignon.
Yes, because we all drink lots of New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, don't we?
Yeah, we love its gooseberry freshness, its crisp, clean vibrancy, and its sometimes tropical ripeness. But we've gone in a bit of a rut, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. So it's time to add some variety to your Sauvignon choices and become a bit Sauvignon savvy.
Yeah, so we found some superb Sauvignons. They're intrinsically the same, but these are different expressions of that grape. Delicious. So our first Sauvignon is the Taste the Difference Sancerre 2012 vintage, and this is 1149 in Sainsbury's.
Now this is your classic Sauvignon Blanc, and no Sauvignon education would be complete without looking at the starting point.
Yeah. It's immediately, obviously, fresh, green, pure, clean. It's not a fat, ripe, juicy one. It's just linear.
You're not getting that Sauvignon slap that you would from like a Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, are you? And this is from the Loire in France, and
so it's cool climate, and you can really taste that. It's tart. It's very fresh.
And this is a good example of a supermarket Sauvignon, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can spend an awful lot more on Sancerre, can't you?
But also quite a bit less. I mean, this is good for a supermarket Sauvignon, Sancerre. It's a lovely taste, and it really carries on for a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's still in your mouth. You can count seconds after you.
Yeah, you can taste the quality.
Yeah, you can taste the quality.
Yeah. But what we're not saying is that because this is the classic Sauvignon, that you need to like it more than, or that you should even like it more than the other styles. This is just one of the styles.
That's not what it's all about. Actually, it's a bit like white paint. You know,
go on.
If this is your pure, brilliant white, then all the other Sauvignons are the whites with a hint of something. So they're still in the same vein, but they're slightly different.
So the others might be white with a hint of summer algae, or white with a hint of sort of bluish northern lass leg colour.
Yeah, so it's, dare I say, whatever suits your palate.
Or your palate.
Or your palate.
Or your palate. And our second wine is the Amphitheatre Sauvignon Blanc 2011, which is $9.99 in M&S, and this is made by Verkelijken.
I can smell it just as Mel's pouring it there.
Yeah.
Now this is from Stellenbosch in South Africa, so we're New World now.
But South Africa it's halfway between the old world and new world in style generally. I think we're going to find that this is, it's sort of piggybacking in the middle.
Oh, now nice greeny nose.
It's a very green. It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, nettly, chopped grass. That's sort of very fresh and lovely.
Quite tart, but a nice sip of tartness rather than overly acidic. Again, you've got that green, nettly note, haven't you, again?
Yeah.
Grassy, greeny.
It's just a little bit more round than the Sancerre, but it doesn't have the length of flavour. If you hold it in your mouth, it stops short of...
Yeah.
Well, and that's what the Sancerre is selling itself on, is this beautiful long flavour.
And this, I mean, this would be a great aperitif on a lovely warm evening.
Yeah.
And the thing about this is it's not that it's any less good than the last wine. It's different. It's a different wine.
Yeah.
And it's what you like. So it's a bit like flowers, isn't it? You know, you can love all flowers.
Well, you say that. I find it very hard to love carnations. I find begonias impossible, and buddleia I think it's a bit naff.
What are your objections to those?
I just don't like them. So,
well, what I was going to say, generally most people like flowers or they don't like flowers. And if you do like flowers, you find a flower, don't you, to suit the feeling and suit the mood.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the wine.
Yeah. There is no time that I would like begonias though. But I really love this.
For our next one, we've gone to Chile for the Leda Single Vineyard Garuma Sauvignon 2012. And this one's available from Majestic, normally at $11.99, but it's on offer at $8.99 until the 29th of April.
There's a lot of information there, isn't there?
There is.
Completely different smell, isn't it?
You'd hardly think it was the same grape. It's a much sort of riper nose, isn't it, than the last one?
I mean, Chile's warmer, but this is Leda, which is, you know, it's a cool climate. And what there is on this is there's that methoxypyrazine, that green pepper, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Strong green pepper.
I think you confused them with the chemical name.
Yeah, sorry. But it's...
And it just smells like a more rounded wine. I think it's had a bit of lees aging, actually.
It's sweeter, it's heavier, it's fruitier, it's a more New World style.
It's grapefruit, it's limes, isn't it?
And again, the green peppers.
Yes.
Green, really new green peppers.
Yeah, it's absolutely delicious. A fuller wine in your mouth too, isn't it?
Mm. And what we're not saying is that all Chilean Sauvignon Blancs are like this, because they're just not. In fact, this is astoundingly good.
Yeah.
But some of them might be a bit more tropical, some more green and herbaceous. It just depends what style suits you.
Yeah. So, like pants then?
Like pants?
Yeah.
Bear with.
Bear with.
Okay.
Bear with. Well, in your drawer, don't we all have like a mix of pants?
Yes.
And you choose them, don't you, for what you're doing, what you're wearing, how you feel?
Yes. Yes. So, what is it, Sandra, that makes you pop on your tiniest little silk thong as opposed to your great big white briefs?
Would you like to? For our last wine, we have gone to Marlborough in New Zealand, and we've gone for something completely different. This is Hunter's Oak Aged Sauvignon Blanc. It's the 2011 vintage, and it's available from Lakeways at $16.99.
And what they've done is because it's their 25th anniversary, they've celebrated by maturing a bit of their standard Sauvignon Blanc, which isn't very standard at all, actually, it's rather fabulous, in oak barrels.
Now, I'm looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to this as well. It's got quite a marmalade-y nose.
Yeah, Mel's spot on there. Yeah, Mel's spot on there.
It doesn't smell oaky.
No, but you can tell there's
something else.
There's a sort of spiciness coming out of the glass that makes us think, oh, it's got to have oak.
See how I rushed in there? Couldn't wait. It's very ripe. It's still got the acidity of Sauvignon. It's still clearly Sauvignon. And it's not, you know how some, I'm trying to think what, some Bordeaux Sauvignons are quite chewy. They're really, really oaky, and actually I like that, but this has just got a tiny light touch of oak going through it.
So you get that really mouth-watering feeling. You know, it's all got my gums going and my mouth going, but at the same time you've got that lovely, smooth, almost slightly butterscotchy hint from the oak. So it's lovely.
Can I say lime marmalade on heavily buttered brown toast? I'd like to say that, if that's okay.
Yeah, I think I'll allow you to say that. Yeah,
well, thank you very much.
And the length is there. It's there in the way it was on that Sancerre, isn't it? It's hanging around in your mouth as if it's a lovely guest that you'd love to stay forever.
It's delicious. Yeah.
Now, this is about as far as you can get from that first wine, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what's exciting about Sauvignon, because you've got all these styles, and you know you can go wherever you want with it.
Yeah, and it's a question of, you know, if you haven't tried all the styles, how do you know where you want to go? How do you know which is the wine for you?
So we're suggesting you start your journey of discovery about now, because that is so exciting to do.
Yeah, so Get on that journey and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.